Chapter 21, My Spirit Ring, I Call the Shots. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Certificate? Tang San hadn't reacted yet. Not bad. Just the certificate. The master smiled and said, "This kid is also very smart. I really guessed it from the certificate given to you. I have investigated more than 671 people with blue silver grass martial spirit, and among them are soul power. There are only 16, less than 3%. And, none of them exceed first-level spirit power. According to one of the 10 core competences of Wuhuan that I have studied, innate soul power is directly proportional to the quality of the Wuhuan. Blue silver grass obviously does not meet the requirements, so there must be another Wuhuan in your body. Of course, I know you want to talk about special cases. All things are special cases. Your blue silver grass is obviously not a special case. In the two empires in the past 100 years, only 2 twin spirits have appeared, but there are 19 innate soul powers. One is not a powerful existence, and has even reached the realm of a great soul master. 4 of them are not of noble origin, but they also have innate soul power. This situation is due to mutant martial souls. But your blue silver grass does not have mutant martial souls, so I'm sure you have twin Wuhuan." That the master slowly finished speaking, then looked at the mistress. Tang San was stunned, but Wang Feng secretly said in his heart that this theory only applies to people in Douluo continent, does not apply to people outside the Douluo continent, like Tang San. Like myself, master thinks that Tang San possesses twin martial spirits, so he can be innately full of spirit power. But in fact, Tang San's twin martial arts are inherited from his parents, congenital full of soul power. Most of the reason is due to the practice of Shantian Gong, otherwise, the awakened strength, Tang San's internal strength, would not be drawn, and he would be proficient in the light ball that tests spirit power. After that, the master told Tang San about the theory of mutant martial arts. After finishing speaking, Tang San directly knelt on the ground and knocked his head to recognize his teacher. Wang Feng watched quietly, without stopping or following. There is a way for a junior, and the master is indeed his best choice in the early stage, but he has his own way. Brother Feng, do you want to apprentice a teacher? I believe that the master will definitely help us cultivate the spirit of martial arts. After being helped by the master, Tang San asked. Master also looked at Wang Feng with a smile. In fact, he was even more curious about what this mysterious green lotus spirit would be. Master never believed in any disuse of martial souls, only those who were not suitable. No more. Wang Feng shook his head and said, "The master is very powerful, but he can't help me." Hearing this, Tang San frowned. Master didn't care either. Although this child is extremely smart, he has a special temperament in him. It doesn't look like he came from the village or the kind of noble family, but as far as Wuhuan is concerned, it is unlikely that he knows better and is more transparent than himself. In that case, I will introduce a teacher to you myself. The master still looked at Wang Feng with admiration. This kid has his own choice. He naturally doesn't want to say much. After all, you are innately full of spirit power, and the first spirit ring still needs a tutor to help you kill the spirit beast. Tang San also nodded. Bold Jack also said that the first spirit ring needs a mentor to help him kill. However, Wang Feng still shook his head and said, "Thank you, master, but, my spirit ring, I am in charge. I want to hunt the spirit beasts by myself and get the first spirit ring." Heard this, Tang San stayed. Master also stayed. Hunt and kill soul beasts yourself? Brother Feng, soul beasts are very dangerous. I know you have a very strong body, Lian Su. Tang San wanted to say that although Brother Feng, you can even fight against Master Su, it's a tie, but in fact, Master Su used spirit skills, and you almost lost in seconds. If you want to hunt down, even Master Su would be very dangerous, right? Not to mention, you are a 6-year-old child. Master was even more surprised. My spirit ring, I am the master, hunting the spirit beast by myself. Is this really what a 6-year-old kid said? In fact, Wang Feng didn't say anything more shocking. He still wants to hunt down a 1,000-year-old soul beast. It is estimated that when he said it, both Master and Tang San thought he was crazy, so Wang Feng did not say this. You have to think clearly. The master frowned and said, "The soul beast is not an ordinary beast, and the power of the soul beast is far beyond your imagination. The first soul ring is extremely important to the soul master. You may not know very well about the soul ring. Even if you are lucky, okay, you can hunt down a soul beast. I am afraid it is also a soul ring with a very low age." As he said, the master looked at Wang Feng and saw the child. His eyes were extremely firm, sighed lightly, knowing that the child probably agreed. That kind of look, the master is too familiar. After a few seconds of silence, the master took a deep breath, shook his head, and said, "Well, you should think about it as much as possible. It's best to first understand the knowledge about spirit rings and spirit beasts, and then make plans. If you don't understand, you can always ask me about spirit beasts or spirit beasts." Kind of problem, that he really admires this child. That's why I said this. If he changed to someone else, he would be too lazy to say something. Wang Feng grinned and said, "Then thank you, master, I just want to use these few days to learn about spirit beasts and spirit rings." Master nodded. This is also the teaching content of the Junior Soul Master Academy. Then, the master took the two to register as a student at the Academic Affairs Office, receive school uniforms, and allocate dormitories. Tang San was on the 7th floor of the dormitory, and it happened to be assigned to him, so it was full. This is a bit troublesome. Wang Feng, Qisha's room is full. Director Su of the Academic Affairs Office looked at Wang Feng with embarrassment. Qisha, Wang Feng naturally knows that it is a dormitory for work-study students, and the environmental conditions are quite bad. Director Su, change to another one. Wang Feng said. If you want to change it. Director Su glanced at Wang Feng speechlessly. Now that there are vacant beds, these are the 6 houses of the noble children. You are a working student, how can you arrange you to enter the 6 houses? Wang Feng couldn't help but smiled and said, why not? As I said, you are a work student and you are not eligible to live in that kind of dormitory. College regulations do not allow it. Director Su said impatiently. Really? Wang Feng took out a gold soul coin and drew out his ears with his hands. You say it again. Director Su looked at the golden soul coin, startled, coughed a few times. Actually, you can consider it. That's right. www.novelmtl.com. Wang Feng threw this gold soul coin on Director Su's desk, and said in surprise, Director Su, why did you drop a gold soul coin on your desk? Director Su was taken aback. Director Su took a breath in his heart. How could this kid be more proficient than me? However, he hurriedly took over the golden soul coin and said seriously. Ahem, okay, you kid, good. It has a future. Go to room 6 of the dormitory building. Then, I will ask the teacher somewhere to arrange. Wang Feng took the school uniform and walked out with a smile. Not long after Wang Feng left. This kid is really asking for humiliation. As a working student, he wants to go to Lushi because of his own money. In the room, a young man said contemptuously, and his companion, who actually worshipped that master as a teacher, what theory is invincible? It's a shit. What else is said about the 10 core competences of Wuhuan is really absurd. Director Su stared at the young man. The master is a friend of the dean, so don't comment. After all, in the martial arts world, the master is a famous person, and it is better than you. The youth smiled and continued. But that kid wanted to go to Lushi, but he was so unaware that he went to Lushi. He was not allowed to be a cat or a dog for those noble children who were born to be better than them. Bring out a gold soul coin and suffer. I really don't understand, these little kids. Director Su did not speak either, and said inwardly, this kid went to Lushi, fearing that he will be severely taught. However, Wang Feng and Tang San outside had already walked, and they couldn't hear the last few words of conversation behind them. Chapter 22, Beat You Guys as Fathers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Wang Feng and Tang San walked out, they walked directly towards the dormitory building. Brother Feng, when you are ready, let's go to the cafeteria for dinner. Said at the entrance of Tang San's dormitory. Row. Wang Feng nodded, and saw Tang San first walk up to this dormitory building. This dormitory has 3 floors downstairs, and there are 7 dormitories for all students. Lu Shi was on the 2nd floor. When Wang Feng walked to the door, he heard several voices. Boss Xiao, the teacher who was in charge of our 6 homes, just said, "It seems that a work student has been arranged to come in." Work-study students? Don't working-study students have to live in the piggery of the 7th house? Why should they be arranged in our 6th house? I said it was not right. We usually have less people who serve tea, pour water, wash the floor and mop the floor. Wouldn't it be beautiful to let this work student do things for us for free? What if he doesn't agree? Is not convinced? He is a freshly enrolled working student, dare to refuse to accept. Call him father. Boss Xiao, when I just came in, I saw a pretty little Lolita. Let's go find her to play tomorrow, hee hee. Various chirping sounds sounded in the house. Wang Feng frowned when he heard it, and immediately lifted his foot. Boom. He kicked the door open. The half-steel door, with a violent noise, hit the wall behind, in an instant. The children in the house were all stunned. I saw only these few children, ranging from 7 or 8 to 11 or 12 years old. There were males and females, all wearing more luxurious robes. At first glance, they were the children of wealthy people. At this time, they all stood still, staring at Wang Feng outside the door dumbfounded. I'm the working student. Who said I was going to call me dad just now? Wang Feng looked around and said with a smile. All the children in the room reacted instantly, and their originally dull expressions suddenly became angry. This working student, dare to be so arrogant. Boy, did you come from the country? In the lead, one of the tallest boys looked at Wang Feng. Although his face was angry, he was more ridiculed and contemptuous. Do you know the rules? Do you know these 6 houses and whose territory it is? Know what grade I am in? As if the soul asked 3 times, the boy looked a little handsome. He was about 11 or 12 years old. Wang Feng could tell at a glance that this child should be the eldest of these 6 houses, and also the eldest Xiao of these children. The boy looked at Wang Feng arrogantly. Boss Xiao, don't talk so much nonsense with him. He is a young worker who dares to kick the door. He is too courageous. Let me teach him. The boy walked out after speaking and looked at Wang Feng with a grim look. Lu Long, start lightly. Boss Xiao sneered twice and exhorted, don't scrap him, we have to rely on him for the dirty work in our dormitory. Don't worry, Boss Xiao, I have a sense of measure. The boy named Lu Long showed a smug smile on his face. The other children in the dormitory also laughed jokingly. Looking at Wang Feng, he seemed to see the pitiful expression of this stupid working student who was beaten and begged for mercy. Boy, report your life. I Lu Long will not fight the unknown. Liu Long's body shook slightly, a yellow light lit up, and a stick close to 2 meters suddenly appeared in his palm. This is his martial soul. Spicy chicken is a lot of nonsense. Wang Feng raised his and made a provocative gesture. Although these people don't know what this gesture means, they seem to be naturally irritated by this gesture. Liu Long's face changed, and he leaped lightly, half jumping towards Wang Feng. The long stick was in mid-air, passing a yellow mark, and it was about to fall on Wang Feng's body. If this is smashed, bruises are indispensable. The child in the house saw this scene, and suddenly smiled happily. Only Boss Xiao frowned slightly. This Lu Long shot so hard, these working study students are so scared. What if something happens? However, at the next moment, Wang Feng made a shot. In the light of the calcium carbide fire, his right hand came out swiftly, like an eagle's claw grabbing its prey. His 5 fingers were directly on Liu Long's stick martial arts soul. Lu Long was startled. The whole person's momentum was instantly frozen. At the same time, Wang Feng's left foot paused slightly, like a phantom kick, directly on Lu Long's belly. Oh! Liu Long's face turned directly into the color of pig liver, and his body was like a cooked shrimp. The severe pain immediately made his forehead float with cold sweats. Just then, Wang Feng's right hand let go of the stick. Lu Long banged, and fell directly on the ground. The battle ended very quickly. Almost only in the blink of an eye, Lu Long was defeated. The children haven't figured out what's going on yet, and when they see a blur, Lu Long flies upside down. With this strength, you want me to serve you tea and water? Wang Feng looked at the children in this room and couldn't help but laughed. Sorry, you call my father if I won't fight later, I won't be Wang Feng. Hearing this, the faces of several children in the house changed dramatically. Suddenly, I saw a figure, behind a few children, rushed out. He leaped high like an eagle with wings spread, his feet slightly bent, his limbs spread out like claws, and he attacked Wang Feng directly. Very fast. Is much faster than the Lu Long shot just now. It's Ling Feng. His martial spirit is Shadow Crow. Here, besides Boss Xiao, he is the best. There are some freckles on the face, but the beautiful girl exclaimed, Ling Feng shot very fast. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.com was almost the moment when Wang Feng just spoke. After Wang Feng finished speaking, he was already close to Wang Feng. Wang Feng sneered, his body slightly sideways, his right shoulder facing Ling Feng's claws. Without any evasion, he was directly caught by Ling Feng. Immediately afterwards, he turned his body, taking advantage of the striking force, directly from the hammering method. He learned the method of using force to strike, quietly unloading this force, and then turned from the right shoulder to the left shoulder. With the waist as the axis, a punch quickly and incomparably hit Ling Feng's chest. Boom! Wang Feng's speed is faster than the speed of this beast martial arts soul, which possesses the Shadow Crow, which is known for its speed. This punch hit Ling Feng's chest directly. Boom! Ling Feng's whole body was in the same posture as Lu Long just now, and he flew out directly and fell to the ground, in an instant. In the 6 houses, it's quiet. Looked at the working study students in horror. Didn't expect at all that their 2 great powers would be defeated like this. Is it too easy? Even Boss Xiao, who has a spirit ring, can't do it so easily. Wang Feng walked in slowly from the door. Immediately afterwards, he hooked his right foot and slammed the door shut. This sound seemed to be caught in the hearts of many children in the house. Many children swallowed. Except that Xiao boss, everyone took a step back. Boy, don't be too smug. At this time, the most calm Boss Xiao stood up and looked at Wang Feng coldly. But a real soul master. A soul master with a soul ring. Are you sure? Do you really want to fight against me, Xiao Qinyu? Chapter 23, He is the boss of our 6 homes. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Have a spirit ring, a real spirit master. As soon as said, the children in the house suddenly looked at Xiao Qinyu, looked a little excited. Ling Feng and Lu Long also stood up one after another, either clutching their lower abdomen, or clutching their chest, and walked to the back with a sneer on their faces. The boss shot, he naturally has no problems. However, Wang Feng still stood in place, smiling and saying. The same, your father, I don't want to repeat it a second time. Hearing this, Xiao Qinyu suddenly became angry. This kid is too arrogant. A working student, relying on his own strength, defeated Lu Long and Ling Feng who had no spirit ring, yet he didn't take him seriously. Xiao Qinyu, a 6th level student, Xuanhuan, Wolf, 11th level 1-ring battle spirit master. Xiao Qinyu said coldly, report your spirit and level, this is the rule. Wang Feng suddenly smiled. My martial arts soul is a blue lotus flower, is it level? Innately full of soul power. There is no level and soul ring. After finishing talking, Wang Feng's palm slightly, and a green lotus appeared, very beautiful. As for the level and spirit ring, after becoming a spirit master, go to the Xuanhuan Hall to register before they are officially owned. Therefore, Wang Feng does not have a level and spirit ring. Innately full of soul power. Boss, is he innately full of soul power? In an instant, everyone in the house was shocked. Looked at Wang Feng in astonishment. Congenital full of soul power. Even if you have eaten pork, have you ever seen a pig run? Didn't expect them to meet. No wonder you dare to be so arrogant. It turns out that you are born with full soul power. Lu Long sneered. Unfortunately, he has no level or spirit ring at all. I have never heard of this green lotus spirit, it must be and waste spirit, it's just beautiful. Most plant martial arts have no fighting power. That's right, the boss is not afraid of him at all. He doesn't even have a spirit ring. What can he fight with the boss? When the boss's wolf soul comes out, he will definitely be beaten down. Ling Feng also agreed, listening to everyone cheering. Xiao Qinyu was also shocked at first. This is inherently full of soul power, but it seems to be too, this kid doesn't even have a spirit ring. Although he is naturally full of spirit power, he is also a kind of plant martial spirit. What is there to be afraid of? After Wang Feng showed his martial soul, he didn't seem to intend to use it, but put it away. Seeing this, Xiao Qinyu is even more confident. Xin said, this kid must also know his martial spirit, and it can't do much to himself, so he put it away. He knew it, but Wang Feng didn't bother to use Wuhuan to deal with him. Xiao Qinyu smiled and growled softly. A circle of white spirit rings appeared under his feet. Then, a wolf-shaped martial arts spirit rose from behind and attached to his body. In an instant, his eyes were slightly lightened. Glowing green light, both claws began to become sharp and sharp, is the possession of Wuhuan. Wang Feng glanced, curled his lips and said. What garbage soul ring is only 10 years old? Although most of the DouluoDalu settings were set, Wang Feng didn't remember clearly, but the spirit ring still has some influence. I remember that the lowest level is the white spirit ring, 10 years old, is also the most garbage. Xiao Qinyu, you, a working student who doesn't even have a spirit ring, dare to laugh at me? Suddenly, Xiao Qinyu was angry. His two claws condensed his strength, and he rushed out towards Wang Feng, slamming a punch directly. Xiao Qinyu is confident, as long as this punch is hit, this kid will definitely be beaten to the ground. However, Wang Feng shook his head. This time, he didn't use any technique, instead, the legs were slightly bent, as if struggling with a horse, and then he punched it. Boom! Under this punch, Xiao Qinyu flew out in an instant. Directly hit the wall. Fortunately, the quality of the rooms in this 6 house is good, and it is not broken, but the whole dormitory is shaking. Xiao Qinyu fell on the ground, a little confused in his mind, he was struggling and wanted to get up, I don't know. At this moment a figure walked in front of him, stepped on his side, and said lightly. Are you going to be beaten by me again and call me daddy? Or just call me daddy obediently? Xiao Qinyu is an exciting spirit, looked at the completely soft fist. Xiao Qinyu recalled the power of the punch just now, and felt a little scared in his heart. This working student, looks like, can't beat it. After Wang Feng finished speaking, he looked at the others. Suddenly, the other children woke up suddenly, stepped back again, and looked at Wang Feng with flushed faces. Forget it, I don't have a weak son like you. Wang Feng waved his hand and said, from now on, Lu Shi, I am the boss, do you have any comments? No. You will be our new boss in Lu Shi from now on. Boss, you are so handsome. A few children, but I dare not say anything against the boy. Lu Long and Ling Feng were extremely excited, vacating the best bed in the house. At this location, near the window, you can see the campus environment outside. Boss, if you have something to do in the future, please tell us. Lu Long and Ling Feng laughed. Wang Feng shook his head. After all, he is a child, whoever is good at it will be the boss. Xiao Qinyu beside also stood up, looked at Wang Feng, and fixed a few glances. Wang Feng, who watched, is a little hairy, he said seriously. I Xiao Qinyu, I would like to respect you as my boss. Wang Feng got goosebumps. Shinikaji. Okay. Don't mess with me in the future, don't mess with me, don't worry. You reading www.uukangshu.com. I will naturally not beat you. Wang Feng breathed out, and pointed to the bed, push all the quilt on me and go to the cafeteria for dinner first. So noisy, Wang Feng is really hungry. After speaking, Wang Feng walked out the door and walked towards the cafeteria. Brother Xiao, our boss, seems to be very powerful. Ling Feng whispered, he doesn't use martial spirit, he has defeated us. Perhaps, this is inherently full of soul power. Xiao Qinyu said. I just found out that the boss is so handsome. The freckled little girl said excitedly. Hearing this, the other children pouted. Xian said, I am the most handsome. Well, in every child's heart, he may be the most handsome. At this time, after Wang Feng left, a teacher and young man walked in. Teacher Yuha, if that worker is beaten so badly later, don't arrange cleaning for him. The young man breathed a sigh of relief. Director Su is really crazy. With a gold soul coin, he dared to let a working student enter the 6 house. Just the naughty and arrogant little guys in the 6 house. You can't get up in the fight. When something happens, the school won't be able to explain it. It is good. The teacher named Yuha nodded. The two walked into Lushi. The young man glanced at it and frowned. Xiao Qinyu, how about that worker named Wang Feng just now? Seeing this, teacher Yuha, who is in charge of Lushi, his face sank. Did you beat him? What about people? After hearing the words, Xiao Qinyu looked at each other. No. He will be the boss of our Lushi from now on. Xiao Qinyu hurriedly said, how dare I hit him? Chapter 24, Xiao Wu's Challenge. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hearing this, the youth and Yuha were startled. Boss? Yeah. We left the best beds to the boss. Lu Long and Ling Feng pointed to the bed and followed. Youth and Yuha are even more confused. It seems, isn't it fake? How did he do that? Yuha looked at the youth was embarrassed and curious. I don't know either. But in my heart, I was very surprised. The strength and status of these Xiao Qinyu people are not simple. They can become their bosses. How could it be possible if they didn't convince them? The two are puzzled. At this time, Wang Feng came to the cafeteria slowly. Just right, at the door, I also met Tang San, and a pretty cute little girl standing beside him. The little girl's face was flushed with protein, glowing with a healthy color, and she was dressed plain, but very neat. The long hair on the back, combed into a long scorpion braid, fell on her buttocks. At this time, she talked softly with Tang San. Behind them, there are a few people from Qixia. Brother Feng. Seeing Wang Feng coming, Tang San smiled and waved. His shout made the little girl's eyes fall on Wang Feng's body. This should be Xiao Wu, right? Wang Feng looked at this pretty and cute little girl, and couldn't help but sigh. Is so small. As Xiao San's future wife, to be honest, Wang Feng does not like Xiao Wu in the original work. The reason is simple, he likes big ones. Therefore, Wang Feng didn't have any idea of hooking up with Xiao Wu. Moreover, he, who has read Douluo Dalu novels and anime, feels strange if he goes to hook up with Xiao Wu. After all, this is someone's wife. Xiao San also gave birth to a daughter with Xiao Wu. Take his wife. Wang Feng sweats after thinking about it. There are a lot of single and beautiful girls in Douluo continent, and Wang Feng wouldn't do such a thing yet. Besides, he really likes big ones. No interest at all. Are you Feng Gu? Xiao Wu looked at Wang Feng with watery eyes, and said, Little San and I told you, you are from the same village. I defeated Little San, and he said there is someone stronger than him, called Feng Gu. It must be you. Tang San was embarrassed. It's really shameful to be defeated by a girl, is mainly inexperienced, and it is the first time that Tang San gets along with a girl. It's me. Wang Feng nodded. Then I will finish eating. I want to fight with you. Xiao Wu said with a smile. I don't want to fight you. Wang Feng shook his head. He knew that Xiao Wu's body was a soul beast, a soft-bone rabbit. In the early stage, he especially liked fighting and bullying Tang San. However, he is really not interested. Why? Xiao Wu was taken aback and snorted. Aren't you afraid of me as a girl? That's not the case. Wang Feng shook his head and said, the main reason is that you can't beat me. Tang San on the side of also hurriedly said, Xiao Wu, Brother Feng is very powerful. He Lien Su, you really can't beat him. He wants to say that Feng Gu can fight with the 26th level Master. Xiao Wu could not be an opponent at all, but when Xiao Wu heard Tang San's words, she became even more unconvinced. I didn't fight, how do you know? I don't care, I am a girl, I want you to challenge me. Feng Gu, you must fight me. Xiao Wu is very competitive. It would be better to say that children are very competitive, even if Tang San is like this, a traverser with an adult man hidden in his body, he is equally competitive. Wang Feng smiled and said. Okay, when you have a spirit ring, let's fight you again. You said it. Xiao Wu's eyes lit up. I am inherently full of soul power, waiting for me to return. Let's eat. Wang Feng touched his stomach. After discussion, the group walked into the canteen and had a fairly good lunch. In the middle of the journey, the master also came to see Tang San, provoking a group of work-study students in Tang Sanchi's home, and looked at him. The name of the master can be very loud in the academy. Tang San, do you worship master as your teacher? One of the working students, Wang Sheng, couldn't help saying, you have to think clearly, the master's spirit power is only 29th level, and the martial arts spirit is also very weak. There is no hope anymore. He and the dean are friends, so they ate and drink at the academy, but there is no future. To shut up, Tang San gave him a cold look. If you say this again, I might really beat you. Stood up and walked out alone. Wang Feng also shook his head. After all, these people are just ordinary work-study students, and they are not traversers. They have no vision. It is normal to say this. Xiao Wu looked at Tang San, her eyes shining. After eating, Wang Feng went to the library of the academy to check various information about the spirit beast. The whole day afterwards, Wang Feng stayed in the museum, looking up all kinds of materials without sleep and food. Although there are not many and the records are not detailed, it may not be as thorough as the master or other instructors. But Wang Feng doesn't need to be too thorough, he only needs to understand the type and approximate age of the soul beast. The next day, Tang San followed the master and walked out of the academy. Wang Feng knew that he should go to the soul hunting forest 400 miles northeast of Notting City, which was the place where the empire raised soul beasts. It must be the master who wanted to hunt down the soul beasts for Tang San to obtain the first soul ring. On this day, Wang Feng also went out. However, instead of going to the soul hunting forest, he went to the Wuhuan Hall. In the soul hunting forest, there are 1,000-year soul beasts. Although there are very few, Wang Feng still needs to go in and take a look, but if you want to get inside, you need a warrant issued by Wuhuan Hall. Wang Feng didn't have a warrant, so he could only go to the Wuhuan Hall first and ask Su Yuntao for one first. The Wuhuan Hall in Notting City is naturally much more spectacular than the Holy Soul Village. The whole building is brown, and there is a long sword carved on the door which is quite majestic, has 3 floors. Children, this is Wuhuan Hall. www.novelmtl.com. You can't run around. At the door, a guard said solemnly. I'm looking for Master Su Yuntao, is he there? If he is, go and tell him that a child named Wang Feng is coming to look for him. Wang Feng said. Hearing this, the guard glanced at Wang Feng suspiciously, frowned, but did so. You are looking for Su Yuntao? You are a kid, what do you want him for? At this moment, a woman suddenly walked up and looked at Wang Feng in surprise. This woman is tall and plump, but she has a bit of beauty, about the same size as Su Yuntao. I want a token. Wang Feng glanced at her, not knowing who the woman was, and said casually, go to the soul beast forest to hunt the soul beast. Wang Feng just finished speaking, the woman couldn't help but laughed. You are the only one. You also hunt down the soul beast. Are you afraid that you want Su Yuntao to help you? How can he help you hunt down the soul beast? After speaking, the woman smiled and walked in. Wang Feng, not long after, Su Yuntao walked out, fixedly looking at Wang Feng, his eyes a little strange, and said. Boy, you really came. Come in, what do you want me to do? Wang Feng repeated what he said to the woman just now. Su Yuntao looked at Wang Feng speechlessly and said. I thought Cici was talking about the person, it turned out to be you, kid. I can't give you the token. Hunting the soul beast is too dangerous for you. Just your few hands, for the soul beast. Not enough. Speaking of this, Su Yuntao suddenly smiled. However, if you join the Hall of Souls, not only will tokens be given to you, but I can also find someone to help you hunt down soul beasts. How about? Chapter 25, Enter the Hunting Forest. Goal, 0 years. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Yuntao looked at Wang Feng. This child has the innate full soul power, but the martial arts is not good, and the two are equal, and it is not worth his invitation to join the martial arts hall. But what really made Su Yuntao look at was his strength. A 6-year-old child can suppress and defeat him by allowing his martial spirit to possess his body and using his spirit skills. Although I don't know if the rest of the possessors of innate full spirit power are like this, after all, except for this little ghost and that blue-silver grass martial arts child. Su Yuntao has never seen other innate full spirit power, but Su Yuntao admired the strength of the child with innate soul power in front of him. However, Wang Feng shook his head and said with a smile, "No need. I just want to hunt down soul beasts by myself. Join Wuhuan Hall." Wang Feng feels that it is not necessary at all. With what you have now, if you can't hunt the soul beasts yourself, do you have to rely on others to help you hunt them? Is too weak too. Besides, Wang Feng also wanted to hunt and train himself by himself anyway. There are falling stars and tears. As long as you breathe, you can't die. If there were no falling stars, perhaps Wang Feng would choose to join a certain force, but now it is completely unnecessary. There is also Master Su. I am now at the 10th level of soul power, and I need to rely on the spirit ring to improve it. According to the rules, your spirit hall should also give me tokens. Wang Feng said with a smile, as long as the strength of the soul master reaches the peak of a stage and needs a soul ring to advance, you can find the token given by the Wuhuan Hall and enter the soul hunting forest to hunt the soul beast. I sought Su Yuntao because this token requires someone to guarantee. Su Yuntao frowned. This kid is a little overconfident. I want to help him. He still doesn't appreciate it, and insists on hunting the soul beast himself. If you don't give me the token, I won't give you the story behind the soul-breaking firmament. Wang Feng continued. Hearing this, Su Yuntao's expression changed. He hummed, touched his arms, then took out a token and handed it to Wang Feng. Here you. You kid, if you get hurt later, don't find me. The token crossed a trace in the air and was accurately grasped by Wang Feng. Fixed a glance. This token was dark, with a sharp sword with the blade facing down in the middle. Although this is the lowest token, don't lose it, kid. Otherwise it will be very troublesome. Su Yuntao asked, also, after using it, I need to return it to the spirit hall. However, Su Yuntao felt that this kid would go to the Wuhuan Hall later, and was afraid he would be scared back. After he sees the power of the soul beast, he will definitely come back and beg for himself. No problem. Wang Feng touched the heavy token, then put on the baggage, prepared some simple food and water, and ran directly towards the hunting forest. It is morning, maybe it is afternoon when I go to the hunting forest. May have to spend the night in the hunting forest at night, so naturally you need to prepare more. This kid. Su Yuntao shook his head, turned and walked back to the Wuhuan Hall. Wang Feng ran all the way. He wanted to hire a carriage, but after thinking about it, he didn't hire him. Instead, he runs straight without stopping, until the afternoon. 7 or 8 hours later, Wang Feng went to the market outside the hunting soul forest. It's so lively. Wang Feng looked at the market surrounding the outside, but remembered that in his previous life outside the train station, there would always be various shops and businesses, is a little familiar. There are tokens, 5 missing 1, come here to a recovery soul master with a lot of milk. Level 20 and above. Super strength soul master, like a martial soul, thick-skinned and impatient, seeking a team. I am an auxiliary soul master, with a green martial arts cap, which can provide strong protection. Is there anything you want? Do you want to see my martial arts first? Okay. Green hat. You me. Wang Feng looked around. This kind of excitement is like the illusion of dreaming back to the previous life. The things here are equally expensive. Mistress should be looking for the soul beast with the master, right? Wang Feng thought for a while, and walked straight to the door of the front hunting forest like a city wall. There are guards patrolling around. Walked to the door. Wang Feng directly took out the token and handed it to the guard. Kid, are you alone? The guard frowned. You are so young, do you really want to go inside? If you are not accompanied by your elders, you are very dangerous. If something happens inside, no one can be responsible. Wang Feng nodded, just me, let me in. The guard returned the token to Wang Feng without saying anything, and opened the door directly. The steel gate, 10 meters high, slowly opened. A unique atmosphere in the forest, coming from the pavement, countless towering trees, exotic flowers and exotic fruits, like a primitive forest, appeared in Wang Feng's eyes. Taking a deep breath, Wang Feng put away the token and walked in. This is the hunting forest. Wang Feng's blood boiled slightly. Wang Feng felt a little excited when walking in the dense forest. There were several roads stepped on by the predecessors. Millennium Soul Beast. I'm here. Wang Feng murmured, 1,000-year Soul Beast, at least equal to the strength of a Soul Master above 40 level. Want to hunt this level of Soul Beast? For Wang Feng, it is tantamount to climbing. Is almost impossible. Even for the geniuses of those big families, no one would dare to hunt down 1,000-year spirit beasts if they were not a spirit master at level 10. Just when Wang Feng entered the hunting forest, at the other end of the hunting forest. Mistress, according to my theory, the limit that the first spirit ring of a 10th level spirit master can bear is about 400 years of spirit ring. The master took Tang San and walked in the soul hunting forest, so, this time, we have to find soul beasts close to this value as much as possible. Moreover, you are naturally full of soul power, so you can't waste this qualification. Tang San nodded and touched the jade belt around his waist. I sighed in my heart, the master is really good to myself, even this kind of soul guidance device was given to me as a gift. I must not live up to the master's expectations. 24 Bridges and Moonlit Night. This is Tang San who got the name of this jade belt. This lone bamboo has a 10-year cultivation base. Its characteristic is tenacity, which is more in line with your blue silver grass martial spirit. But it is far from enough. Master patted a green lone bamboo in front of him. On the way, the master had already explained to Tang San in detail, a lot of knowledge about spirit beasts, spirit rings, and age. Let's look for it for a while, it should be here tonight. The master continued. Okay. Tang San seemed to think of something, and suddenly asked, Master, Brother Feng wants to hunt the spirit ring by himself. How many years old can he hunt for the spirit ring? Upon hearing this, the master was startled. After thinking for a moment, he shook his head and said, it's difficult. If he can hunt a 100-year-old soul beast by himself, reading www.uukangshu.com will not be easy. Going up, 200, 300 years, even for 400 years, even if the 30th level war spirit masters of the attack system are hunted, there is a certain risk. You told me that he is very strong. But I haven't seen it with my own eyes, maybe, probably, for 100 years or so. It should be his limit. Also, it depends on the type of soul beast. If it is very aggressive sexual beasts and soul beasts are even more difficult. Don't worry, the teacher will help you find a suitable Wuhuan. Master's stern cheeks showed a slight smile. After all, this is the way to reflect the role of the teacher. Tang San thinks what the master said is quite reasonable. However, Tang San felt that Brother Feng should be able to hunt stronger soul beasts. For at least 200 to 300 years, it should still be possible, and even higher would be impossible, but it is definitely life-threatening. I beg for wealth and danger. Tang San sighed slightly. The stronger the spirit ring he wants to obtain, the more dangerous he naturally becomes. At the same time, a corner of the hunting forest, boom. I saw a loud noise in the dense forest. An emerald green, 5-meter-long giant snake crashed on the ground. The snake body seemed to be swaying unwillingly. 5 meters long, it should be a mandala snake about 500 years old. Although the scales on the whole body are extremely hard, the weakness is too obvious. Wang Feng leaned against the emerald green giant snake and the short sword in his hand, because in the course of the battle, it had been infected with a lot of venom, and he looked more and more sharp. After a short while, the mandala snake slowly calmed down, and then a yellow spirit ring rose up, but Wang Feng didn't even look at it, so he left. This is just a small test of his sledgehammer. Chapter 26, 0 Years Soul Beast. Xingyue Fox. Golden Light Leopard. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This mandala snake that is more than 500 years old is the third soul beast that Wang Feng walked in, is also the most powerful one. But unfortunately, the mandala snake is not very aggressive, its body is extremely tough, and it is highly venomous. For me, it does not pose much threat. Wang Feng shook his head. More than 500 years of age is already pretty good, but Wang Feng didn't mean to charge. This mandala snake didn't cost him much effort. Unfortunately, if Xiao is here, this should suit him well. Wang Feng shook his head, remembering that in his impression, Xiao's first spirit ring was a mandala snake that was more than 400 years old. These 500 years, maybe he can absorb it, but not here. In another hour, this spirit ring should disappear. Wang Feng didn't think too much. Xiao is the protagonist of Douluo continent. No matter what, he should get a spirit ring, so he doesn't need to worry about it. Without much thought, Wang Feng left the place directly and continued to walk towards the depths of the hunting forest. Walked for about an hour. The night is getting dim. Roar. Suddenly, in the distance, a low growl came softly. This voice shook the weak soul beasts around. Are all on the ground? This voice, Wang Feng's body quaked slightly, and this roar made him feel a little bit of fear. Is a 1,000-year soul beast. Is definitely a 1,000-year soul beast. Moreover, it is not an ordinary 1,000-year soul beast. At this time, Wang Feng was about to rush away. Suddenly, is another huge howl, coming from a distance. This whining sound is not inferior to that roar. In an instant, Wang Feng's whole body boiled slightly. 2,000-year soul beasts. Wang Feng's eyes are hot. Although Wang Feng hadn't thought of absorbing 2 spirit rings in a row, he still had a choice. Wang Fengqiang suppressed the excitement in his heart, and walked forward lightly. After a while, the roar became louder and louder, and a faint pressure came from a distance. Wang Feng quietly climbed up a big tree and looked into the distance through the gap of dense leaves. I only saw the front, a snow-white soul beast that looked like a fox. It was 3 to 4 meters tall and very huge. There is also a star-shaped sign on the center of the eyebrows, and a purple halo is exuding all over the body at this time, and his eyes are fixed on the larger soul beast on the opposite side. This is Xingyue Fox. Wang Feng's eyes lit up. Based on the simple information I saw in the college library yesterday, Xingyue Fox, a 1,000-year-old soul beast, the whole body is white with a purple star heart on the forehead, and it has a strong recovery ability. And the other abilities are unknown. The golden lotus in the first form has superb healing power. If it is combined with the spirit ring of this star moon fox. Wang Feng thought secretly, the remaining ability is unknown, indicating that there is a shortage of materials, and the library is not recorded in detail. This is also impossible, but in fact, Wang Feng felt that the golden lotus in the first form no longer needed stronger healing ability, because, after he Su Yuntao hit that day, Wang Feng discovered that the first form of Qinglian's ability depends on the spirit power he urged. According to the amount of soul power used, it can perform different functions such as restoring soul power, healing injuries, enhancing soul power, and enhancing hormones. Previously, Wang Feng only mobilized less than 1/5, and Su Yuntao could increase his spirit power. Fully urged, Wang Feng only tried once. It was the little bird, not sure what more effect would be. And the more soul power used, the stronger the effect of the first form of Golden Lotus. Therefore, the spirit ring that Wang Feng expects should have other effects. For example, if Qinglian can improve the strength, speed, and endurance of the Soul Master, it would be even more perfect, can be called a true support all around. Look at the other end first. Wang Feng looked at another soul beast. At this sight, Wang Feng was shocked. That is a golden leopard. Even in the moonlit night, it still shines. And the spirit power emitted by this golden leopard is extremely deep purple. Golden Light Leopard. Wang Feng felt his scalp numb, is also a 1,000-year soul beast. And this golden light leopard is extremely fast, like thunder and lightning. The most terrifying thing is that he is aggressive and super. Especially, this golden light leopard can also release lightning, which can directly paralyze the opponent. is a super aggressive soul beast. However, this golden thunder leopard is at least a spirit beast of more than 5,000 years. Wang Feng looked at the deep purple spirit power on the golden light leopard. More than 5,000 years, can I absorb it by myself? No, can I defeat this golden thunder leopard? If you can absorb this golden thunder leopard spirit ring, then the golden lotus in the first form should be able to provide various bonuses. Is best for you. That Xingyue Fox, it seems, only about 3,000 years, it can't beat this golden light leopard. Wang Feng's mind was moving extremely fast. This golden thunder leopard, with his current strength, would never be defeated. Don't say beat. It would be nice to be able to escape alive. Although he has a golden finger, whether it is Meteor Tears or Chaos Qinglian, he has not given himself a powerful attack ability for the time being. Unless Chaos Qinglian awakens other forms, it is impossible now. Xingyue Fox let out a low growl, and the scar on his body quickly recovered. Then www.novelmtl.com. I can only rely on the power of this Star Moon Fox. Wang Feng narrowed his eyes, and he had a plan in his heart. According to data records, Xingyue Fox is an extremely smart soul beast. Even if he hasn't reached 10,000 years, he still has a certain level of intelligence, although not high. At this time, I saw the golden thunder leopard that was bigger than the Xingyue Fox, and it roared. The golden unicorn on his head suddenly sent out a lightning bolt the size of a thumb, slashing directly at Xingyue Fox. The speed of lightning is extremely fast. This Xingyue Fox seems to have warned in advance, and has already jumped high to dodge, but it is still hit with one foot. Suddenly, there was a blur of flesh and blood, and the Xingyue Fox let out a painful cry. Take advantage of its illness, kill it. Almost in an instant, the speed of the golden light Leopard disappeared. Leaped high, the sharp claws glowed in the luminous glow. Two cold lights flashed, the purple soul power of Xingyue Fox's body was turbulent, and there were 3 blood stains on the lower abdomen. Boom! Its body, the golden light thunder leopard's claws attack, directly shook it. Slashed an arc-shaped trace and hit the branch where Wang Feng was from afar. Wang Feng glanced at the golden thunder leopard in the distance, his eyes drenched slightly, so strong. The speed of this golden light leopard can't be seen clearly. A soul beast over 5,000 years, now he is no match at all. But it seems that this golden light leopard seems to be a little tired, presumably this constantly recovering Xingyue Fox also brought him some injuries. Wang Feng looked at the Xingyue Fox below, with a smile on his lips. The opportunity seems to have come. Chapter 27, 60-100-Year Spirit Ring. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Little fox, fight for your breath. Wang Feng hidden in the branches, his palms spread out, and the lotus seed in the center of the green lotus bloomed quietly, turning into a golden lotus. Let me see if my guess is accurate. Wang Feng took a deep breath and urged the power of the golden lotus to surge towards the Xingyue Fox below the uncle. A ray of pure golden light flooded into the Xingyue Fox. The Xingyue Fox, who was paralyzed on the ground, had already narrowed his eyes and seemed to be unable to open it. But with the power of Qinglian pouring in, suddenly, it opened its eyes, and it happened to see Wang Feng above the branch. A little human. Xingyue Fox's eyes suddenly showed an incredible look. The power in the body began to gush. In an instant, the injury on Xingyue Fox's body began to heal at a speed visible to the naked eye. It slowly stood up again. S spirit power is much stronger than before. It has become stronger. Increased. Wang Feng took a deep breath. Sure enough, I knew that Qinglian's ability can not only increase the soul power of the soul master, but also increase the strength of the soul beast. It seems that it has improved even more. Excited. This is his previous guess. Since it can increase the soul power of a soul master, if it can increase the length of the soul beast's cultivation level. It turns out, Wang Feng's guess is correct. Wang Feng doesn't know how much it has been improved, but the soul power of Xingyue Fox has indeed consolidated a lot. Xingyue Fox rushed towards the golden light Leibao again. 2 giant beasts are fighting again. However, after a while. Boom! Xingyue Fox was bombed back again. But this time, the golden light leopard seemed to be even more tired, and it was still roaring at the Xingyue Fox. It doesn't understand, this Xingyue Fox has been defeated by himself just now. What happened? This time, it cannot stand up anymore. Unfortunately, not long after, Xingyue Fox stood up again. The purple spirit power on its body is more solid. Seeing this golden thunder leopard is furious with anger. What happened? How could it be restored again? Has become stronger. Wang Feng. Crackling. Two soul beasts, another fierce battle. Boom! Xingyue Fox was bombed on the giant tree again. The towering tree, crumbling, seems to be about to break. But this time, this golden thunder leopard is already a little unsteady and seems to be collapsed. Roar. It looked at this strange Xingyue Fox with red eyes. Impossible, if I can still stand up, my leopard body would be alive a few years ago. Two can't breathe. Xingyue Fox immediately stood up alive again. Golden Light Leopard, it looked a little desperately at this weird star and moon fox, the aura on it seems to be stronger again. Although he hasn't surpassed himself, it's not even close, but myself, it's no longer enough. On the tree, Wang Feng also collapsed a bit, urged this star moon fox to move the golden lotus, heal it perfectly, and improve its strength. Wang Feng was also a little overwhelmed. This is the third time, has reached his limit. If this time, this Xingyue Fox could not defeat this golden light leopard, that is real iron waste. Boom! Was thinking. The tree trembled for a while, and Wang Feng scolded, Mada, this Xingyue Fox is too weak, right? Come. When he saw it, the anger on his face instantly turned into joy. Hey, this time it was the golden light leopard. See you here. Wang Feng felt ecstatic in his heart. No longer have any hesitation, he held a short sword and jumped straight down. A knife directly pierced the head of the golden light Leopard, who was completely collapsed at this time. Boom! Next moment. The huge energy aura suddenly exploded from the golden light leopard. A deep purple spirit ring gradually rose from the golden light leopard. Seeing this, Wang Feng's heart beats wildly. 6,000 years. 6,000 years of spirit ring. Such a powerful spirit ring is his first spirit ring, can you bear it? However, at this time, Wang Feng's eyes condensed, but he did not rush to absorb it. Because, the Xingyue Fox behind him is staring at himself, Wang Feng turned around and looked at the Xingyue Fox. It also seems to be very tired. This golden thunder leopard is too strong. It is equivalent to using 3 lives, one is stronger than one, and it barely wins. But, at this moment, it still has more power. Do you want to deal with me? Wang Feng said coldly. This was what he expected. After all, soul beasts and humans are enemies. Although he has no power anymore, it is somewhat unrealistic to defeat this star moon fox, but the worst, just escape, is a waste of effort at best. However, this Xingyue Fox squatted down, looking at Wang Feng with a curious look in his eyes, didn't seem to plan to do it. Wang Feng did not move. The Xingyue Fox stood up and walked towards Wang Feng. Wang Feng frowned slightly, but did not move back. Xingyue Fox turned around Wang Feng, then lay down on the ground, still not intending to do it, looked at the golden light Leopard, as if to say, "Don't you still absorb the spirit ring?" Wang Feng was startled, and glanced at the Xingyue Fox. I pondered for a moment, no longer had any hesitation, sat cross-legged, looked at the spirit ring on the golden light leopard. A trace of heat flashed in his eyes. At the same time, soul hunting forest, a certain corner. Mistress, this is a mandala snake that may be at least 500 years old. The master pointed to the huge soul beast corpse on the ground, and said in a deep voice, it should have been killed by a 30th level war soul master. Look at its wound, its head is pierced, and the weakest 7-inch position. There are fatal scars. It can be seen that the shot is extremely quick and sharp. Tang San looked at the giant snake that was more than 5 meters long and nodded slightly, thought, a soul beast that was 500 years old, even if he used all his strength, it would be difficult to kill. I don't know who killed it. It's a pity, it seems that the Soul War Master should not have absorbed the soul ring of this mandala snake. This mandala snake is the most matching soul beast for your blue-silver grass. But the soul ring has disappeared. Master shook his head, feeling a little regretful, at this time. Suddenly, there was a murmur in front of me. A cloud of mist obscured the front line of sight. No, Yu reading www.yuukangshu.com also has a mandala snake. The master's face changed, his gaze condensed, and he looked at a giant cyan snake in the distant fog, and his voice suddenly increased a bit. Oops, it's a mandala snake that has been around for more than 400 years. I'm afraid I will die with this one. The mandala snake is related. Tang-san also looked at the mandala snake. It was a mandala snake that was more than 4 meters long, with a fishy breath exuding its body. At this time, it was spitting the snake's letter to the two people in the distance. Little San, now I will teach you a theory. The rings are more bones and more bones. With a wave of skills, the rings are less bones and you run away. Simply put, if you have fewer spirit rings than the opponent, you obviously can't beat them, immediately save your strength and retreat directly. Master simply said, just like now, 3 cannons. Farting is like thunder, blasting the sky and the earth. Wow. There was a rumbling sound, 2 silhouettes rushed out quickly, after a long time, rumbling, with a loud noise, the figure of the mandala snake fell on the ground again. Mistress, great, this time your spirit ring is lost. His face was still a little pale. The master looked at the mandala snake with ecstasy. Fortunately, you just stabbed him at his vital point. Hurry up, quickly absorb the soul ring of this mandala snake. It's exactly the same as my estimate of the maximum years that the first spirit ring can withstand. Tang San's face was slightly agitated, and the teacher on the road told him a lot. The spirit ring of more than 400 years. I must successfully absorb it. This will help the teacher practice his theory. Tang San sat down cross-legged and muttered in his heart, it also means whether I can learn Tang Sek's unique skills. Brother Feng, I don't know what kind of spirit ring you are absorbing now. Chapter 28, Powerful Meteor Tears. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Just as Tang San was absorbing the mandala snake's spirit ring, Wang Feng is absorbing this 6,000-year-old soul beast, the soul ring of the golden light leopard. Sitting cross-legged, Wang Feng took a deep breath, focusing entirely on the Qinglian martial spirit in the sea of consciousness. At the same time, the fingers drive the soul power, slowly guiding the shining purple soul ring onto the top of his head. With the approach of the spirit ring, a pressure like Mount Tai's top pressure enveloped Wang Feng's body. The pressure brought by the 6,000 years of spirit ring almost instantly seemed to set off a monstrous tsunami. Before it was absorbed, it impacted Wang Feng's spirit and body. You know, this golden light leopard was not killed by Wang Feng, and even he used more cunning means to kill the leopard with a knife. Give yourself one last blow. This golden light thunder leopard is a 6,000-year-old soul beast, in the spirit ring, but with a deep sense of resentment. Wang Feng snorted, his face flushed, and a little blood overflowed from the corner of his mouth. Too strong, 6,000 years of spirit ring, too strong. A normal spirit master can absorb 5,000 years of spirit ring even if it is the 4th spirit ring. It's really scary. Wang Feng muttered in his heart, this hasn't been absorbed yet, just because of the pressure brought by the 6,000 years of spirit ring and the resentment of the golden light Leibao, it almost made myself unable to hold it. If I absorb it, I am afraid that I will explode and die. This is the fact. Wang Feng dared to guarantee that with his current physical fitness, absorbing 6,000 years of spirit ring, under normal circumstances, there is only a dead end. Even if the physical fitness is twice as strong, it is impossible to absorb these 6,000 years of spirit ring. Ordinary soul master, I am afraid that if he died more than 10 times, he might not be able to absorb it. But I have meteors and tears. A smile appeared at the corner of Wang Feng's mouth. This thing, but when the stars are changing, the tears of the King of Life become one with his own heart, has an extremely powerful self-healing ability, and later, it can also increase the speed of absorbing the energy of the world and many other functions. To put it simply, it is difficult for Wang Feng to die. Unless his soul consciousness is wiped out, otherwise, it's just a physical injury and it's extremely difficult to die. Come on, Wang Feng forcibly restrained the boiling blood in his heart, unfolded the green lotus martial soul in his hand, pulling the soul power, and let the 6,000-year-old soul ring slowly drop from the top of his head, wrapping his body. Only for a moment, like a flood of energy, like endless ignorance, pouring into your body. Boom! Wang Feng's brain exploded in an instant. His body at this moment seems to be like a small county by the sea, and the energy pouring into the body is like a monstrous flood, falling from the sky, like wind rolling clouds, washing this tiny small county. All the vehicles, streets, pedestrians, shops, etc. in the city were swept and flooded at this moment. First, Wang Feng's skin, with countless bloodshots, slightly cracked, and numerous gaps, and then the internal muscle fibers, cell tissues, etc., were quickly destroyed by this violent energy. Even the bones could not fully bear the winner, and there was a clear cracking sound, which had been eroded and broken. Wang Feng's whole body, limbs and skeletons, facial features and 5 internal organs, small cells and nerves, quickly ruptured. If you look from a distance, Wang Feng will look like a blood man. The pain caused by this extreme destruction instantly drowned out most of Wang Feng's consciousness. There was only one soul obsession, surrounded by the green lotus martial soul in the sea of consciousness, Xingyue Fox, who squatted down, looked at Wang Feng, with an extremely humane expression in his eyes. This human being, although he saved him, is incredible, but, he is too weak. It is completely impossible to absorb the 6,000-year spirit ring of the golden light leopard. If it is about 10 times stronger, maybe it is possible. This moment, in the sea of Wang Feng's consciousness, a green lotus, exuding a faint dim light, fluttered and rotated gently. In an instant, like a monstrous flood, he found a pouring hole. After washing through Wang Feng's body, all of it poured into the green lotus. On the lotus platform, the smallest lotus seed bloomed slowly and gave birth to a golden lotus. The violent energy directly formed a whirlpool like a purple ocean, pouring into the golden lotus. In an instant, the golden lotus gleams brilliantly. The flower buds that were only slightly open, bloom quietly, seeming to grow a lot again, and the golden lotus leaves become full and thicker. Strips of golden lightning surrounded the golden lotus, sending out thunderbolts, looking extremely cool. Is finally printed on the lotus leaf of the golden lotus, adding a bit of power to the golden lotus. Qinglian moved quietly, extremely fast, almost like a phantom, rushing in Wang Feng's sea of consciousness, seeming to wander briskly. At the same time, Wang Feng himself almost completely shattered and collapsed. Only the position of the heart is full of light, meteor tears in the shape of tears, gushing out a burst of mellow energy, from the heart position in the center of the human body, like a return from the sea, poured into Wang Feng's body. This energy drove the energy stored in Wang Feng's body to walk around Wang Feng's body. Every time you pass a place that has been completely destroyed, it is like covering the time cloth in Doraemon's pocket, and in an instant, it will be restored as new. But the difference is that all parts of the restored body have become stronger. The violent energy contained in the 6,000 years of spirit ring completely destroyed Wang Feng's body, but it also gave him a chance to be reborn. In the energy recovery from the falling stars and tears, slowly, Wang Feng's body quickly recovered and became stronger. An inch of muscles are dense and seamless, full of explosive power. Broken bones are like steel that has been tempered and recast, and the skin becomes whiter and smoother. Even the whole body www.novelmtl.com is being recast, and it has grown a few centimeters higher, looked 6 years old, but he was almost as tall as a 10-year-old child. The Xingyue Fox outside stared a pair of fox eyes. It hovered over Wang Feng's body, looking forward at this moment. Wang Feng's whole body seemed to be wrapped in a layer of transparent energy. As if he was about to regenerate from a cocoon, it also felt that a wave of life-filled force seemed to be repairing this human child, that energy full of life. There is an illusion that Xingyue Fox worships, simultaneously. Wang Feng's consciousness gradually recovered, but the resentment of the golden light thunder beast, in the sea of consciousness, seemed to turn into a black golden light thunder leopard. roaring frantically towards Wang Feng's consciousness, seemed to swallow up the last trace of his soul consciousness. However, Wang Feng's consciousness was stunned. At this time, 7 mysterious energies of different colors are pouring out of this consciousness. The consciousness surrounding Wang Feng turned into 6 pairs of illusory black energy wings. Wang Feng's last consciousness, in the package of 7 different energies gushing out, gradually turned into a villain exactly like Wang Feng, but the whole body is surrounded by endless black mist, evil and ghostly energy, so that this villain exudes a cold and evil temperament like an evil god. In an instant, the golden thunder leopard with a resentful soul consciousness, as if a mouse saw a cat, suddenly fell silent. Trembling, the villain who was surrounded by black mist bent his palm to the golden light leopard. In an instant, the golden light leopard's consciousness was directly taken into his hand, and with a light grip, it was crushed. Chapter 29, Where is my spirit power? You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the same time, in the hunting forest, Wang Feng suddenly opened his eyes, and the pupils in his eyes instantly turned to jet black. A horrible breath suddenly bloomed from him. 6 pairs of evil black energy wings rose from him. Because of the reorganization of the body, the original body of the strong red fruit is stained with 7 different lines, derived from the limbs to the heart, forming a circular pattern like a black sun. Wang Feng let out an unconscious growl, as if cathartic. Next moment, the terrifying aura, as if condensed into a substance, scattered around. That star-moon fox, trembling on the ground for an instant, didn't understand how the child who was clearly exuding a breath of life just now suddenly seemed to be incredibly evil, full of an aura that made it terrifying. Even this entire hunting forest, in this instant, all the soul beasts, whether they are awake or asleep, suddenly woke up, squatted down one after another, all shivering. But there are only soul beasts. The many soul masters in the hunting forest felt a chill in their hearts, as if a wave of ice entered the heart, shaking unconsciously, but they didn't know what happened. Tang San, who had just collected the spirit ring and broke through, felt his hair all over his body inexplicably, and looked at somewhere unconsciously. Teacher, do you feel it? Tang San looked at the master and asked in a low voice. It's strange, there is a cold and powerful aura. Is it a soul beast? Master nodded, but frowned. He didn't know what was going on. The two are not clear about the specific situation, but at the same time, in the distant Tiando Empire royal family, a boy who is only about 15 years old and dressed in a gorgeous robe seems to be meditating. Her eyebrows are marked by a seraph. Although the boy is very young, he is extremely handsome. He has a face that makes countless women crazy. His skin is snowy, and the face that is enough to overwhelm a lifetime has already taken shape, and I don't know what it will look like. Suddenly, she opened her eyes abruptly, and a holy golden light flashed in her eyes. Behind, a seraph suddenly appeared behind her. The incomparable sacred light floods the entire hall. It's the breath of an angel. But why is it so evil and terrifying, that she immediately put away the seraphim martial soul? An incredible gaze appeared in her eyes. Seraph, symbolizing the sacred light, is the spokesperson of God in the world, and only she has awakened such super martial souls. But now, she actually sensed the breath of the same family, but she gave her a trembling breath of incomparable evil. The breath of the same race, maybe only she can sense it so clearly. This breath, it's not right, probably, it is a super martial art spirit that is stronger than my seraphim. How can it be? That she murmured. The shock in her eyes became more intense. Who would it be? In the palace, a whisper that sounded like a natural sound. In the hunting forest, after Wang Feng's roar, the pitch black in his eyes quickly retreated, and the 7 veins on his body exuding the extremely evil and evil origin aura quickly retreated, and finally sank into the original strong body. The 6 pairs of 12-wing energy wings behind also disappeared instantly. Wang Feng fell on the ground, fainted into sleep. Awakened consciousness, as the tired drowsiness hit. At last there was only one doubt left. Just now, could it be my mysterious humanoid spirit? But what kind of spirit is it? The next day, in the hunting forest, Wang Feng was awakened by a moist feeling. suddenly opened his eyes, and Wang Feng saw a snow-white fox. At this time, he was sticking out the tip of his white tongue and licking his own face. Wang Feng suddenly awakened. Wang Feng suddenly sat up from the ground. Then I looked around. In his line of sight, there was only this star-moon fox, and the dead golden light leopard. There was only one skeleton left. Seeing Wang Feng wake up, Xingyue Fox blinked at him. "Are you here all night?" Wang Feng looked at it. Xingyue Fox nodded. "Thanks a lot." Wang Feng took a deep breath. "Last night, when the last one of my own was about to be swallowed by the resentment consciousness of the golden light thunder beast. It seems that the mysterious humanoid martial soul given by the system has been awakened. Is the humanoid martial soul who is in the martial arts hall of the Holy Soul Village, punches in with innate full soul power, and comes with rewards. What exactly is it?" Wang Feng was surprised. He touched his chest. He didn't know how to urge this martial soul. It seemed to be hidden in his body. Could it only appear at the critical moment? Or is it necessary to use special methods? However, Wang Feng felt the extremely evil aura very clearly. It seems that after being possessed by that martial soul, the whole person will become extremely cold and ruthless, just like a who controls all things in time. Wang Feng got goosebumps. "No, that's not me. By the way, my strength." Wang Feng took a deep breath and checked himself. Wang Feng was startled by this inspection. "Where is my soul power?" Wang Feng only felt that his body was empty. "There are countless people in my head. There is no trace of energy. Where does the soul power come from?" "Your body has exceeded the limit, relying on Meteor Tears, but has accumulated a lot of soul power, at least has an innate soul power of 20th level, right? Why is there nothing in my body now? Moreover, I have completely absorbed the 6,000 years of spirit ring, and my spirit power should increase even more. Is it possible, after the body burst yesterday, reading www.yuukonshu.com was recast by Meteor Tears and was completely consumed?" Wang Feng was startled. Last night, the feeling of being shattered by the power of 6,000 years of spirit ring was really sour and refreshing. Wang Feng would never forget the pain in his life. Then, as he expected, the tears of the meteor burst out with life force, causing his body to reorganize. Horror! But, this is Nema Pit. No, my body. Wang Feng frowned, feeling his body, powerful, unparalleled power. Take a leap. Wang Feng jumped directly up several meters. His hiss. Because he couldn't adapt to the strength at all, Wang Feng directly ran into a big tree. Am I becoming a Superman? Wang Feng looked at the towering tree aside, split with one leg. Click. This is a big tree that is enough for two people to hug, and in an instant, he kicked it into two. I just used this kick. I'm afraid it is at least 6,000 caddies up strength, right? Wang Feng murmured. On the previous Earth, it was rumored that Master Bruce Lee could have nearly half a ton, or 1,000 caddies, with 1 foot, and Bruce Lee's physical fitness was considered one of the best among human beings at the time. I just kick it casually now, it's at least 6,000 caddies. What is this concept? 6,000 caddies are equivalent to 3 tons, a car from a previous life. He can kick it out. If Brother Tao is here, will I kick him up with a kick? Wang Feng hesitated to think, will it? Chapter 30, Compress Soul Power. The first soul skill, deification. Terror. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Although the soul power is gone, but the physical fitness is an earth-shaking change. Wang Feng closed his eyes and listened to the world. He could feel the ants walking thousands of meters away. Even the juniors who are currently practicing Xuanhuan can't do this 1/5 level. This should be all the changes brought about by the recasting of the body due to the influence of the 6,000 years of spirit ring. His body is truly reborn from the ashes. After the baptism of life energy in the tears of meteors, and the terrifying pressure brought by 6,000 years of spirit ring. Plus the countless exercises I have done before, beyond the limits of the body as a basis, and the energy stored in the body, has changed now. I am now able to crush most spirit masters at level 40 only by my physical fitness. A smile appeared on Wang Feng's face. At this time, his body is much taller, about 6 or 7 centimeters taller, and he looks like he is about 11 or 12 years old. As for the soul power, a faint smile appeared on Wang Feng's face. I don't know, how many levels can I improve in this morning of meditation, that he has not practiced before, because the Meteor Tears have poured out energy several times, plus some energy attached to the Qinglian martial spirit. The body should be beyond the innate 20th level of spirit power, therefore, there is no need to practice at all. Little fox, help me watch. I want to meditate for a while. The corner of Wang Feng's mouth was curved. He touched the Meteor Tears of his heart. This time, he will practice himself. Meteor Tears not only has a powerful healing effect, as one's body gradually becomes stronger, but also has the powerful effect of accelerating training and absorbing energy. In addition to this, I can be called a perfect body. I don't know, how fast can I practice meditation? Grade 10. 20 level. Even if I don't have soul power, how difficult is it for me? Wang Feng sat cross-legged and directly meditated, using only the most common meditation method in the academy. However, in a short time, it seems that most of the energy of the soul-hunting forest suddenly surged. Also, they are only rushing in one direction. That is, Wang Feng's body. He seems to be in the center of a storm of energy. Xingyue Fox looked at him, turning around in a hurry. What's the matter with this kid? Just cultivate like this? First level, second level, level 6, level 7, grade 10. Less than 2 hours. A deep purple spirit ring suddenly emerged from Wang Feng's body. Exudes a dazzling deep purple. The first spirit ring. Followed. 11, 12. 14, 15. 17, 18. Until another 2 hours have passed. Wang Feng's spirit power fluctuated, only then slowly stopped. 4 hours, level 18 straight. Wang Feng probably guessed that he had reached the spirit power level of around 18th level. No, Qinglian's own power consumes a lot, and the 18th level is not enough. I will compress my soul power, Wang Feng secretly said in his heart. With my current physical fitness, I can compress my soul power twice, and my body can stand it. You need to know that even the spirit power of the 20th level can't use the golden lotus power of the first form several times. Therefore, Wang Feng is thinking about compressing his soul power. Compressed soul power is related to the physical quality of the soul master. Ordinary soul master, it is impossible to compress soul power, because the load is too large. Can't think of this. Wang Feng thought, this is also one of the reasons why a spirit ring is needed to continue to increase spirit power every 10th level, but at this time, Wang Feng's body can bear it. If I can compress my soul power twice, it will be enough. Wang Feng's eyes lit up, as if to find a new way. After the soul power is compressed, the total amount does not change, but the quality changes drastically. To put it simply, a soul ability can be used more times. But because of the increase in soul power, it is not equal, but incremental, and the first level is stronger than the first level. Going to the back, the first level difference is huge. The same type of power attack type title Douluo, one level is enough to determine the outcome. It is conceivable, so it's harder to compress it. The body is simply unbearable. I compressed my 20th level spirit power twice. I wonder if it's worth a 30th level spirit master. I don't know if anyone has done this in Douluo continent. Wang Feng took a deep breath, not absorbing soul power. As a traveler, when he came to Douluo continent, he naturally couldn't do it step by step, so he could come up with his own ideas and try it out. After all, modern vision and knowledge reserves, as well as all aspects of acceptance, imagination, are very strong. If the conditions don't work, forget it, but Wang Feng thinks he has the conditions now. His current physical fitness, he has meteors and tears, etc., all of which can be done. Looked at the sky. Wang Feng closed his eyes, controlled the soul power in his body, wandered through his body, and finally merged into his heart into the falling stars and tears. Soul power flows into the tears of the meteor, and after a while, it re-emerges and becomes even more refined. But every time you compress it, you will have varying degrees of pressure on your mind and body. Feasible. It seems that Meteor Tears also has this ability to temper and compress soul power. Wang Feng was slightly happy. At this point, Wang Feng is absorbing soul power while condensing and condensing soul power. Until noon. Xingyue is in the air. Wang Feng suddenly opened his eyes, a glimmer of blue light flashed in his eyes. He spread out his palm, and a green lotus bloomed quietly. The first form changes, the lotus seeds turn into golden lotus, like a fully mature golden lotus. Is extremely beautiful. Every lotus leaf is abnormally plump. Twice the soul power compression is complete. Feeling the much smaller but more refined spirit power in the body, a confident smile appeared on his face. Although the amount is roughly equal to about 16th level, when used, it is better than the 26th level. Also durable. This can be regarded as a bug that Wang Feng used his physical fitness and meteors to achieve. For normal spirit masters, there is no such thing as compressing spirit power. Because of the 20th level of cultivation, the amount of soul power can no longer be increased. Wang Feng forcibly used Meteor Tears to compress his soul power, coupled with his explosive physical strength, to reach this point. I'm afraid, no one can copy Wang Feng's such ghostly thoughts and behaviors. This kind of compression of soul power, the more difficult it goes to the back. But the improvement is also huge. 2 times, 3 times, Wang Feng secretly said in his heart, because the more you get to the back, the more soul power you have at the first level. But, this is my training idea. When I reach the level of title Douluo, if I can compress my soul power twice. God can be destroyed, right? Of course, this is just Wang Feng's conjecture. Wang Feng didn't know what it was, however, it was the road of cultivation that Wang Feng thought about. Now, I will try these 6,000 years of Spirit Ring, the first form of Golden Lotus Blessed, and Spirit abilities. When I compress to the 20th level, I should be able to activate the second form of Qinglian. Wang Feng murmured. In fact, another purpose of compressing soul power is because this green lotus is too powerful. To stimulate the second form, I am afraid that a lot of soul power will be needed. An ordinary 20th level of spirit power, Wang Feng estimated that he might not be able to activate the second form. Is urging the fresh soul power that has just been practiced and compressed, the golden lotus in the palm of the fingertips, the whole body is still shining with a hint of golden thunder. The stronger Qinglian exudes a gentle force, but the thunderbolt all over his body adds some unique power to Qinglian. Then, the golden lotus-like masterpiece. I saw a lotus petal, floating out gently, turning into countless spots of light, falling on Wang Feng, in an instant. Surging power gushes out from Wang Feng. Seeing this, a touch of ecstasy appeared on Wang Feng's face. Sure enough, as I thought, the Golden Light Thunder Leopard 6,000-year Spirit Ring has added an all-round improvement in strength, speed, and endurance to Golden Lotus. The degree of increase should be 10%, which is doubled. Wang Feng exudes a faint golden light, as if he was plated with gold. Also, I am a group increase. Wang Feng looked at the regrowing lotus petals, and felt a bit abnormal. Reading www.bokanshu.com. He vaguely remembered that Dai Mubai, one of the 7 Shrek monsters in the Douluo continent, had the first 1,000-year spirit ring, the spirit ability White Tiger King Kong transformation, which was similar to doubling his own strength, speed, defense and other all-round attributes. But, he can only use it on himself, and it can only last for half an hour, but this, it can only be said that it is indeed the spirit ability attached to the 6,000-year spirit ring. I feel that it can last at least an hour or so. I feel like my body is boiling and I want to do a big job. Wang Feng thought, I don't know what name the first soul ability should be. Rage? Too low. Strengthen it. It feels good. Such a terrifying group increase, and it lasts a long time. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is deification. This is just a spirit ability, not to mention the unique ability of Qinglian itself. Can restore spirit power, heal injuries, improve spirit power, etc. But this kind of ability needs to consume a lot of one's soul power, much more than soul ability. Moreover, the soul power that Qinglian recovered was smaller than the soul power consumed by himself, and he couldn't make himself a perpetual motion machine. Wait, it seems, there are other effects. Wang Feng was startled suddenly. He looked at his palm, and there were waves of lightning that looked like hair. Is it? Wang Feng suddenly moved to the side, watching his Xingyue Fox touch it curiously, in an instant. The moment I touched it, Xingyue Fox's whole body is like fried hair, and the white fluff is all upright. The eyes are even softer. I'm going. Is this deification, not only with attribute enhancement, but also with paralysis attack? The paralysis effect seems not bad. Wang Feng was shocked. Is too much.